Hello and welcome back to the Fantasy Football section, or FFS for short. I am Tom Webster and it is game week 9. We are up to 82 participants in the Red All Over League, but remember it is never too late to join. If you want to be a part of it, I will put the link in the description and the comments down below. And you can now also follow me on Twitter at FFSTomRAO, where I will be posting tips and reminders for participants each week. Now it is time to take a quick butchers at game week 8, and we start by looking at the top 6, and it's all changed once again. Tykes FC drops down from 1st to 3rd, but EFL Fantasy Josh shares top spot with his wife Waymaker FC on 538 points. It is so tight at the top, just 4 points separating those three. Sam had worked incredibly hard last week to get top spot, but it is Mr. and Mrs. Jones that share the bragging rights in their household. Thank you very much, both Sam and Josh, for their lovely comments last week. Blackpool Tangerine Army is still in 4th with 532 points, but Ponty Reds drops out of the top 6 altogether. Captain Phillips moves up to 5th on 523 points, and Fresh Pines of Bel Air drops down to 6th. Now it is time for the top team, and this week's top team is Mansfield. They beat both Northampton and Crawley 2-0 away from home, picking up maximum points in both games, making it 22. Now it is time for the banter team, and this week's team is Cambridge United. They lost twice, 2-0 against Lincoln and 1-0 against Rotherham, both at home. They got 0 points from 2 games, registering 0 goals. And with one of those sides being Rotherham, who are also struggling at the bottom, I think they would have been looking to get something from that game. So they are my banter team this week. Now we move on to the star man, and it is Tommy Cannon. No, not that Tommy Cannon. This Tommy Cannon is a Stoke striker. He scored 29 points this week, all of which came in the game against Portsmouth, where he scored 4 goals. And I'm pretty sure that no one had him in their side, as he'd only made 3 previous appearances and hadn't registered a shot on target. But if there's a star man, you know there must be a pants pick. And this week it is Liam Walsh. He scored -2, getting sent off after, I think, just 27 seconds. Definitely less than a minute, though, as he came on as a substitute. And if you had him in your side, he cost you, and he was pants. Now it is time for the People's Champion, and it is Captain Phillips, who scored 124 points this week. That is a huge, huge score, and it's his biggest scoring player was Alfie Doherty, scoring 20 points. He also captained Dion Charles, who got him 18 points, but also picking up good points by picking Bolton as his team. Al Smith got a mention last week, but he didn't comment. So this will be the last time he gets a mention. And yes, I am that petty. But there is someone I would like to talk about. Someone who's been doing amazing this week, scoring 114 points. He came in 2nd, and he's climbed up to 7th in the league overall. He is fantastic, and it's me. Yeah, it is me. So I will be commenting and replying to myself so I can keep getting mentions on the show. Now, moving on to the part you have all been waiting for, and it's the Participation Award. The well done for trying. And this week it goes to Red Bull Gives You Ings. They got 33 points, and this is the 2nd time he has picked up the prestigious award, which is quite impressive so early on in the season. If he gets it many more times, I am going to rename it the A. Gerst Trophy. Now it is time for me to hide behind the green screen, as here is this week's Ultimate Team. This week's Ultimate Team's formation is a 2-2-2, and with this combination of players, you would have scored maximum points. Starting in goal, we have Chrissy Pym of Mansfield scoring 23 points. The two at the back are Fleetwood's Caden Hughes scoring 23 and Notts County's Matthew Platt with 22 points. I may have said swipe right on Transfer Tinder on that one last week. I'm just saying. In midfield, we have the pairing of Middlesbrough's Hayden Hackney with 23 points and Matty Virtue from Fleetwood getting 22. And a lethal combination up front of Thomas Cannon from Stoke with 29 points and Borja Sainz of Norwich putting in 26 points. Two teams you should have picked were Mansfield and Fleetwood, picking up 22 points and 20 points respectively. You also could have had Bolton, who scored 20 points. If you had the star man as captain, he gets double points, and all of this combines for a maximum total of 239 points. If you had any of those players in your team or the teams of the week, congratulations, you have done fantastic. And now we look ahead to game week 9, and it's back to the usual one game this week, and it's going to be completely flipped from last week because I am suggesting Oxford. They face Pompey away from home. Pompey got smashed midweek and they sit 23rd. I thought Oxford may struggle last week against tough opposition, but I think this week will be relatively easy in comparison. Now, the team you should avoid this week is Sheffield Wednesday. I was just going to say Chef Wednesday because I'm northern. They have been very inconsistent so far this season and face Coventry, who I think might just have kick-started their season with a midweek 3-0 win against Blackburn, sorry. Now it is Transfer Tinder time, and I'm going to start with Samson Tovid. He scored a consistent points this season for Colchester, and he is up against a shaky Carlisle defence. I'm hoping he gets a goal or assist or two. So I'm going to swipe right on him. Next player I'm going to talk about is Ben Whiteman, defensive midfielder for Preston North End, who has picked up 4 yellow cards already this season and is up against Burnley. I think he will struggle to pick up points and may even get sent off, so I am swiping left. Now we come to Aaron Wildig of Newport County. He is a midfielder and has scored good points consistently. Up against Bradford, I think he will be solid once again, so I am swiping right. On to Luton midfielder Tabith Chong. He came off against Plymouth at the weekend, a head injury. He didn't make the bench midweek against Oxford, and I think with concussion protocol, he won't make Saturday either. So I would swipe left if you have him in your side. And finally, Jonathan Varane of QPR, midfielder, was sent off straight red, meaning he won't play for the next 3. So if he is in your side, make sure you take him out and swipe left. Now, I'm getting pretty good at this, I think. Maybe you agree I'm a genius, or maybe you think I'm as thick as school dinner's custard. But please comment either way. Tell me who you're swiping left and who you're swiping right on this week. And tell me the teams that you think will pick up maximum points. Thank you for listening. If you've made it this far, please like, subscribe, and have notifications turned on. This has been Fantasy Football Section.